Hi guys. I don't know what happened last night. I went to bed pretty early. I was in a nice, dreamy, turkey fueled slumber, and I woke up to all of this stuff. The last thing I saw, actually, for K-pop news was that Park Bom had updated fans with a new video saying she was practicing her singing for a new song. So people were like, oh my god, it's a 21 comeback, but it's quite the opposite. And YG, who sucks at announcing anything, apparently decided to make up for this by announcing two major things happening with two of their biggest groups at once. There wasn't even any time to, process anything with the other. We just went straight to, both of them. I don't understand people who just decide it's let's rip the band-aid off and get it all out in the open. You need to give people time to process. This is very difficult to talk about, but let's get to it. I'm going to do the same thing that YG did, and I'm going to talk about 21 and WINNER in the same video. So there you go. Let's talk about the more obvious one, which is 21. I think the announcement, which, if you haven't read the title of the video, is that 21 is officially disbanded. I don't think a lot of people were shocked by this. I think maybe they were surprised by the timing, because first of all, YG, it was so obvious how desperate they were when Minzy left in April, and they were like, well, don't worry, 21's gonna come back with a summer song. May, June, July, August, September, nothing. Surprise, it's not anything that anybody who's familiar with any of YG Entertainment's tactics should be surprised or crushed by, because they pull this all the time. They say one thing and then they do another, and they put stuff off forever because, oh, they're perfectionists, and when the time comes, they'll totally be ready for reels. It's BS, and it's so frustrating. How did one of the top companies in K-pop in Korea get to this point by acting like imbeciles? It's frustrating. I'm going to be really genuinely surprised if Big Bang actually come out with their Made album on December 12th, as the poster thing said. I've learned not to trust anything from YG that isn't a video teaser, because, well, look what happened with WINNER's exit album plan. But we'll get to that in a second. So YG officially announced that 21 had disbanded. They succumbed to the 7-year curse, and they are now the 4th group, along with Kara, 4 Minute, and Rainbow, to succumb to the 7-year curse. The statement basically says that they came to the decision after extensive discussion with the remaining members to disband 21. Since they were YG's official girl group for 7 years, it's, they can't begin to express how they feel. How about the fans? How about how they feel? They're talking too much about themselves and, oh, this is so terrible for us. This all really could have been prevented, which also makes this equally frustrating. What I found really interesting are 2 points. One that says that they want to focus on 21 members' solo endeavors, which they've been doing with CL. The writing was sort of already on the wall. I think people kind of held out hope that 21 would come back once CL was done with her solo stuff, but I sort of was... They're pushing it a lot, so I kind of always had this feeling that 21, if they were ever going to come back, it wasn't going to be this year. It just wasn't. The second interesting point was that it said Dara and CL had resigned, but Park Bom had not, which I found really surprising just because of how YG was they were the company that shielded her and tried to make good with her scandal. And she's been with that company for... she's been there since before Big Bang. It's been over a decade. I would maybe say at least 13 years. It's been a very long time, since the early 2000s. And so to see her I guess that video that she posted of her learning a new song was either under her own self, or maybe she re-signed with somebody else like Minzy did. But it's just surprising to see that this is the turn it took, and that CL and Dara are the only 21 members left in YG. So now CL can totally focus on her own solo self. Dara's been doing really good promoting various different projects, sponsorships, everything, so they're doing good for themselves. I genuinely do wish the best for Park Bom, because she's been waiting long enough, and there's only so much waiting that somebody can do to appease these unruly netizens. It's been over 2 years. I'm looking forward to what she has to offer now. Okay, so now we get to WINNER. Now this one was surprising because I mentioned this in my, K-pop stress video, that Taehyun had taken a hiatus from WINNER even though Winner wasn't doing anything to really need a hiatus anyway, for a panic disorder that he had, which is apparently something that he's had way back since his trainee days. So this is something he's been dealing with for a while, and with Winner's, you know, increase in popularity, I'm sure that wasn't helping matters much. But it was decided, after, again, more lengthy discussions with Taehyun and YG, that not only would Taehyun be leaving Winner, but that he would also be leaving YG Entertainment. And in a move that I don't think that YG's ever done before, they terminated his contract early. He was only, I think, 2 years into his Winner contract. Which is, like I said, it's surprising. It's something that you don't hear from much. It's very rare. You know, K-pop companies try to hold on to these idols for as long as they can. So I have reason to believe that Taehyun really is suffering from some sort of mental or panic disorder. YG was actually gracious enough to see that and let him go as a result. However, they screwed things up royally with their statement that seems like they're putting all the blame on Taehyun and none on themselves. The gist of the statement reads, to start, Winner, who had many things planned for them this year, which is BS, had put all of their activities on hold, unfortunately due to Taehyun's mental health issues. Really? You're gonna go and blame Taehyun for the fact that Winner's not doing anything? Really? Really? What was Winner doing before Taehyun took his hiatus? Nothing. Besides their show and besides their singles that they released in, I think, January, they did nothing. There was no promotion of anything. And their show had already been over for like a month after Taehyun had taken his hiatus. It's victim blaming. Let's just call it what it is. YG is putting all the blame on Taehyun. That's classy. Very classy. Let's continue. YG and the other members have put Taehyun's mental health as the main priority, which is good, they should, and decided to wait for his recovery. However, due to the fact that the mental issue was one that had been present ever since his childhood, it is impossible to predict when he will recover and when he will be able to return to his activities. We decided that it is not possible for him to continue activities with Winner, and as of November 18th, the exclusive contract between him and YG has been terminated. This is mainly due to the fact that Taehyun felt responsible for the fact that his team was put on hold because of him, and that Winner, who is only 2 years into their debut, can no longer wait to continue their activities. Holy crap! That is terrible! It's due to the... why can't you just say that, like, there's another nice paragraph about Taehyun wanting to support the rest of the Winner members and, you know, doing all that good stuff. But no, YG just goes ahead and says, oh, well, Winner couldn't wait anymore because Taehyun had to deal with his own mental problems and it's his fault or whatever. It's so bad. Like, it doesn't read bad at first, but if you reread it a couple times, it's a horrible statement. Holy crap, if this is how they deal with mental issues, then it's a no-brainer that Park Bom had to take a hiatus for 2 years. They're not doing anything to help this kid. And the last part of it goes that Winner will continue as a 4-member group. They have plans of promoting starting next year. So now you know. It's no wonder that none of the YG artists are going to Mama this year, the Mnet Asian Music Awards. It's not because they have overseas activities. It's because there's barely anybody left. Like, I looked it up. I wanted to know who YG had left in their repertoire. I wanted to see what artists they had left. So they have it's a wonder how they are the top group. Because now, you know, I made my video about who's worse, Cube or DSP, but at this rate, YG is screwing himself royally. I don't understand how... It's a flawed system. K-pop is a flawed system, but I don't understand how K-pop companies don't know how to manage their artists by now. This has been around since the early 90s. We're in the 20th year or so of K-pop being a thing, and it seems like nobody knows how to manage anything. I bet if you recruited fans, they would do a hell of a better job than any of these K-pop companies ever could. All it is a matter of is balancing promotion and rest time and making sure that the artist who is promoting, like, let's take iKON. iKON was building a steady fan base. They have like 7 music videos released last year. They didn't do anything this year, minus the subunits, but that's not promoting iKON as a whole. It's promoting just Bobby and BI, I guess. K-pop is a quick-moving industry. Fans, they can only be loyal for so long. So it's really frustrating to see when YG just has them do nothing all year, and essentially that's diminishing the fan base. They are going to go and find somebody else more current. That's what the case is with BAP. They were on their, they were dealing with their stuff from TS Entertainment, but they, they lost a lot of fans because of it, because they hadn't been promoting for almost 2 years. It's the same thing. There needs to be relevancy going on. It can't be that everybody's going to be like a Big Bang fan and patiently wait. Those days are gone. And YG's blind to think that people are going to wait for quality over quantity just so he can like keep making excuses for delaying artists for no reason now. Their artist roster is diminishing. There's no reason for Lehigh to be going under Tableau's label so she can release something. There's no reason for Big Bang's Made album, unless it's, their own problems with composing or whatever, that they should have been delaying the Made album for so long. There's no reason. I think the most frustrating part for WINNER fans is that Taehyun was such an integral part of WINNER. Not only was he part of the composition team, but he's also one of the main vocals. I like Sung Yoon's voice. He's the other main vocalist, but I don't know that he can really fill in the spots that Taehyun has left. It's just strange. Like, are WINNER really the winners after this? Are they really? iKON's not really a winner either because they haven't been around. It's very frustrating. I hate seeing such talented artists just get squandered and wasted, their potential being wasted. So I stand by my statement when I say that definitely JYP and SM Entertainment had the best years of K-pop this year, hands down. Nobody even came close. And DSP-Cube and YG, man, I don't know. As far as 21 goes, people can say, oh, well, this wouldn't have happened if Park Bom didn't do drugs or whatever. Okay, yes, but they could have been promoting 21 without her by solo activities. Minzy got nothing. CL only was teased over and over and over about this American debut that only just started happening this year. And WINNER, like I said, WINNER only had that release in early January, February. They didn't do anything musically, and we're in November. When Taehyun took his hiatus, it was in October. So we have at least an 8-month gap where nothing was happening with WINNER anyway. So all of this BS about, well, WINNER was waiting to do stuff, but then Taehyun had to be like, oh man, my panic disorder, and make the group wait, is complete BS. It's awful to blame somebody for a group's downfall when the company is responsible for the group. If somebody needs to take a hiatus, find other ways to promote them. Literally anything. Your job as a management company is to manage your artists. So yes, have somebody manage Taehyun while he's getting all, his panic disorder, everything mentally worked out for him, or at least to the point where he can promote comfortably again, but don't leave the other 4 members doing nothing. That's what happened with 21. So, if we're going in the same vein of that, with 21, then I'm really worried about WINNER's future, because these boys worked so hard to get to this point, and what for now? Now they gotta regroup and figure out how to promote as 4, and none of them deserve that. This was a long video, because unlike YG, who just released a couple crappy statements, I have a lot to say on behalf of both of these groups. So what do you think? What is more shocking to you, 21's disbandment or Taehyun leaving WINNER? I think it's the latter. What do you think about Dara and CL staying under YG Entertainment and Park Bom? It says she didn't re-sign. I don't know if that means she actually left or not, or her contract's maybe different from CL and Dara. I'm not sure. But if she did leave, I'm kind of hoping she does. Maybe she can actually do something. Finally, what do you think about the re-signing of some 21 artists but not the other? What do you think about WINNER promoting as 4? What do you think about YG in general? Do you want to just punch him? I just want to punch him. I just want to... Vent your frustrations about YG below in a concise comment, or a comment that says F you YG. Either one I'll take, as long as you're not bashing me. Bye guys.